Hey guys, thanks for joining us. This afternoon we're going to have a candid conversation of what's going on in the market and why it's still smart to invest in real estate.
All right, that market, that pesky market, let's talk about it. Everyone knows that rates have been climbing and climbing and climbing, and hopefully they have crested. No one knows what will really happen, but guys, I can tell you, I can break it down to two things, okay? Moving forward, it's going to be about inflation, and then there'll be inflation. Everyone understands that basically the rates are where they are because of inflation. If you go back and look at decades, you can trace it. How inflation goes, mortgage rates will go, okay? There's two big reports we're looking at the beginning of November that we're gonna pay really close attention to. And you can follow along in the mornings, look it up on Market Watch. The first report will be the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the jobs numbers. So as unemployment starts to tick up, as sad as that may be, that's a good indication that the bond market will turn around. And also, again, we have the CPI inflation report that will be due out the 10th at 8:30 sharp a.m. We're hoping to see a little tick down in inflation. And if we do, we're gonna start to see these rates come down a little bit, but I can tell you it will all be based on inflation moving forward.
All right. So with that being said, why, and Cody's here because I wanted a young perspective too, as you sell real estate, but you also invest in real estate. So,
Right.
Why it's still a good idea to invest in real estate with the current uncertainty. Stock market is up and down, it's volatile, but as you see, why do you invest in real estate? Why is this a good idea?
Yeah, so right now, the point that we're seeing mainly is the rental rates are so high, especially in Richmond. And so, we're trying to, we work with a lot of investors also, buying homes, not only in Richmond, but Powhatan, Amelia, Goochland, just areas that are close to Short Pump or, close to Richmond area that all have, 3-bed, 2-bath, with, that are in good shape. We're definitely not buying anything that we have to put in, $150,000 in, but we are making solid investments and finding decent value out here still in the market.
So, you think it's a good idea. We know as us veterans that, housing over time, will stay pretty steady. I mean, you'll have rises and you'll have some falls, but there's not going to be that major up and down and that major volatility that you get with the stock market.
Everybody remembers 07 and 08, and that's just ingrained in their head, whether it be housing or whether it be the stock market. And we've just got a few points here we want to make. Like Cody was saying, real estate can be a phenomenal investment for a lot of reasons. We're going to talk about a couple of them. Number one, you can use it to increase your portfolio. As time goes on and you get into a property, as you make payments and as appreciation, Tracy said earlier, annual appreciation is 3 to 5% a year. We can throw the last 2 years down the toilet. It's not going to be 25 and 30 and 50. That's unsustainable and it's not healthy either. So it's something that appreciates over time. 3 to 5% is a pretty steady investment. And it's great because as you build equity in those properties, it creates the opportunity to go back, pull that equity out to invest in other properties. So it becomes a vehicle that you can tap into as well. Something else we talked about, you can pass it down to your heirs. And it's not only an income producing asset, it also is one that appreciates. And we talked about stock market a little bit. Stock market is up and down. People like to be diversified, have some money in the stock market. But the rental market, 34% of people rent. That's a huge percentage of the population out there. And it's a great hedge against inflation. Look back at 07 and 08 when houses dropped. What didn't drop were rents. So your payment is what it is. And I don't know if we want to get into Airbnbs, but I mean, the potential, I know quite a few people that are doing them, and they call them short-term rentals. Year-over-year leases are great. They cover your costs. You make a little cash flow. But the possibilities with real estate are endless. And I do want to address one thing about rates. Well, Tony, the rates are so high right now. I gotta wait. Let me tell you the potential cost of waiting. We're talking about appreciation in homes. from 3 to 5%, and that's just average. There are some areas that will, even in this time, they'll see a higher appreciation than that. Guess what we can't fix, guys? We can't fix real estate going up in price. I'm gonna wait 6 months or a year. That house that was 300, maybe 325 or 350 6 months or a year from now. So if you get into the house now, I'm not gonna say the phrase, it's been overdone, but guys, we can't fix housing, but we can fix the rate. These rates are gonna come down. And we've seen the statistics. We know what causes these rates to go up. We've seen it. We know what causes them to come back down. It's happening right now. We can fix the rate later.
Right. Yep. I mean, love that, the rate is love, the house is marriage. I mean, the rate is temporary.
That's
I mean,
right.
it is. And, I know it is scary because we dropped tremendously. Just look at first quarter to now, how quickly those rates just, tanked. And changed and doubled and tripled and now tripled in some cases. So, that was huge and that made a huge impact on what, our buyers could afford, but it's temporary and we know it's temporary. And playing that waiting game sometimes is, nobody has that crystal ball. So if you find your right home now is the time for that investment and to move forward with it because you can refinance for a cheaper rate, but you may not be able to find that house again. So, that's the piece that, it's still a smart investment and, housing is steady and you don't have that volatility. And right now with the inventory, we still have that inventory issue. So if you find the house, talk with your lender, figure it out, but, you should not wait. I think playing the waiting game is more detrimental.
It is, and I know these two folks really well. I know Cody is involved with a group that's doing a bunch of real estate and flipping and things like that. And a couple more things I want to talk about. There are a lot of tax benefits to having a rental property. I'm not going to sit here and be a CPA. I'm aware of some of them, but there are a lot of benefits. You can things you can write off. You can write off your points if you pay points. You can write off depreciation, you can write off taxes, insurance, HOA fees, and something else you can do too is what they call forced appreciation. I know, again, Cody's worked on a couple acquisitions here recently, and these guys can go in there, they can buy a house for X, put some money into it, and make improvements, and now that house is gonna be worth more than what they bought it. So that's something else as well. You can talk to your real estate agent, you can talk to an appraiser, hey, how am I gonna maximize the money I spend, what's going to get me the most value in improvements? And that's another great way that you can improve the value of the real estate that you buy.
Yeah, we definitely are not going to give you tax advice. We're not tax experts, but yes, I mean, there are so many benefits to buying real estate versus renting. A lot of, your interest on your loan, those things you can write off. So there's a ton of write-offs when you put that money back into your house and things that you can for that long-term investment. So it is a smart investment and it is long-term. And like Tony said, I mean, passing on to heirs or those types of things, keeping your portfolio diverse with all types of investments is always smart.
Yeah, and we're making calls every day to people that are homeowners, every area around here really. See if they want to sell their homes. So, give us a call. See if we have anything in the area that you're interested in. Let's, try to go for something that's close to you. If you're looking for a rental, but either way, just give us a call, reach out, and we, look forward to helping you with whatever you're looking for.
We can answer any questions. We have a ton of experts that we work with every day, that if we don't know the answer, we can definitely give you the answer. But we'd love the opportunity to sit down and talk with you, see what your goals are, see where you want to be, and help you fulfill that. And thanks for joining us today, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon.
Yep.
Take care.